Hi, I'm Leslie Carberry, and this is The Other Side of Normal. And today's episode, we're talking about my mom. It's the mother's episode. And what better way to start the whole show than with the person who brought me into this world? So, my mother's name is Caroline Johnson, and she was born in Sudbury, Ontario. Ontario. Sudbury, Ontario. Sudbury, Ontario. And she was raised in Nova Scotia, and she's lived most of her adult life in Toronto, Ontario. um, so my father and my mother are both from Nova Scotia. My mother is Indigenous. Her mother is Indigenous. Her mother lived in a time when it was probably easier to be Black than to be what was called Indian at the time. So a lot of people from that time were sort of raised in the Black community, which was, of course, very accepting. Um, so my mom is mostly Indigenous, and I am Afro-Indigenous. So I just went to, to visit mom, but actually I just went to pick up a box that she had in her room. They don't like to have too many things there, crowding up her room, her space. So she ordered from Amazon a nice chair, which I'm sure you'll see here one day. And two showed up. Now, I'm not sure if my mom ordered two or if they really made the mistake. But if I had to bet on it, I think my mom ordered two chairs by mistake. So we brought one back here and we just went to see her. And today is December the 3rd. And my mom's been in the hospital since September, my birthday. And we just showed up to get the chair, and she looks like she's getting ready to enter a beauty pageant. Yeah. My mom, it's she didn't raise me. She started to and didn't finish. So I was raised by my father and stepmother, who I call mom. So this other lady who gave birth to me, she's an interesting lady. I got to know her more in my early adult life. I think I moved to Toronto to be around her and to know her when I turned. And soon after I got there, here, we're in Toronto now, she moved to Ottawa. It's away from me. It's an interesting relationship. She's definitely pro Leslie. She's definitely in my corner. She definitely likes me a lot. But it's a little bit difficult to be around her. She's a different kind of person than how I grew up, you know. But all in all, she's all right. And right now, my job, no matter how I was raised or not raised, is to help her through this journey and to make her passing easier. So I visit her in the hospital, and now she's been moved to another place like the hospital. And I try to stay joyful. She is 82 and completely understanding all that is happening to her. She has always been a very beautiful woman, and that to this day means a lot to her. So she's sitting up in her hospital bed just being beautiful. She's doing everything short of dyeing her hair pink, which was a look she very much liked to have in her later years. So, yeah, in the show, I want to talk about my mom, and I want to talk about mothers in general and children and being an adult and just the lot of different feelings you have. So she is leaving this world soon, and this is my time to be with her. She actually moved to Montreal at age 80, where I live. She moved to Montreal. So what we used to have, which was a long distance relationship, has changed. And now she's here and a part of my life. And I'm really just trying to reconcile all of that while helping her through this time, you know? And I plan to get into it a little more in depth, but I'm finding that I'm just learning how to feel and how to work with my own relationship with her while she's here and while she's leaving. Cute, right? I look like my mom. I'm wearing her dress. And I'm going to go see her. She's going to be so happy to see the dress. Okay, so let's go see what the lady's up to.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you? I don't know if her company's here or not yet. Sounds pretty quiet. Hello.
Look at you, Carolyn.
I decided to be you today.
I know you. Wait till I tell you. I gotta tell you this. You look like me, and I thought it was me. So there is a problem right off the top. Did you see the look? I thought it was me, and I went, how could I be there? That is.
So that's the first episode of my mom. And later, I'll dive further into who she is as a person, our relationship from childhood to adulthood, and now in this time period that you know what's happening. So she's isn't she the cutest? She's lovely. Um, so that's Carol Ann, and we're going to talk more about Carol Ann and Leslie Ann and motherhood and me being a mother and me being a child and all those things. And I would love for you to just chime in and let me know your thoughts and feelings on everything as well. So for the first show, I'm signing off from the other side of normal with Leslie Carvery. Thank you very much.